Hi, my name is Isabel Hinding and I'm in my final semester at Macquarie University studying commerce with a major in marketing. In today's climate, consumers expect companies to be ethical, have corporate social responsibility practices in place, and be sustainable. Ethics is a philosophy that must inform marketing efforts. Many individuals and cultures and religions have varying judgments about what is right and what is wrong, making it difficult for marketing teams to be seen as ethical towards everyone. This is why I firstly believe that virtue ethics does not bring the highest level of ethical standards for marketing and business. It is defined as ethics being about agents, not actions or consequences, meaning a virtuous agent will act morally, developing good habits of character. In our globalized climate, acting in one's own cultural values often does not transcend to other cultures, causing tension and miscommunication. I believe that a combination of consequentialism, utilitarianism, and deontological ethical standards is my philosophy on it. Utilitarianism states that actions are morally right if they maximize the good/pleasure or minimize the bad/suffering. It is solely based on consequences. Further, I believe that act utilitarianism is a good ethical guideline in marketing. It refers to calculation of each and every individual action in order to determine moral rightness or wrongness in every action. Although in an everyday setting, calculating every single action is not realistic, in the marketing context, I believe it's vital. Marketing, from a fundamental perspective, is about how you can bring value to the customer, which aligns with this standpoint. A relevant example of an immoral marketing campaign from this perspective was the antivirus activewear produced by Lorna Jane amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. This misleading and false information was immoral as it increased suffering. Lorna Jane capitalized on the fear brought by COVID-19, creating a false sense of security and people ultimately being less diligent with their hygiene. This had a negative impact on the Australian community. Lorna Jane did not act from the utilitarianism ethic. They did not bring value to the customer. Instead, they tapped into consumer anxiety about a global pandemic in order to make profit. Deontological ethics is based on duties or obligations to do the right thing, regardless of the consequences that may follow those actions. From this perspective, it is moral to use sweatshops or child labour because regardless of the outcome, being more cost effective, it is morally not the right thing to do. Negatively, it is hard to define what is right and wrong as these moral duties are often based on personal definitions. Although this may be the case, a company could set guidelines to follow, defining what is right or wrong within certain cultures, periods, or a society. Corporate social responsibility refers to the self-regulating business model that helps a company be socially accountable to itself, stakeholders, and the public. CSR not only helps society, but it communicates another level of value to the consumer. Moreover, consumers these days are more likely to purchase a product that aligns with their own core values, such as being sustainable. For example, Patagonia use recycled materials in the production of their clothing in order to reduce the environmental impact, as well as advocating for responsible production, such as not using child labour or sweatshops, and having a campaign called Worn to Wear, which is about repairing and reusing clothing rather than just throwing it away and contributing to landfill. Often companies spend more time and money appearing like they are socially responsible and sustainable than actually being it. Adopting an image of being sustainable and not having any interest or using it to distract from an unsustainable practices is called corporate greenwashing. An example would be the Volkswagen emissions cheating scandal, where they rigged 11 million clean diesel devices designed to cheat emission tests, leading to consumers believing that they were purchasing a car that was good for the environment, when in fact it was the opposite. Throughout my university degree, I've become privy to the importance of ethics, CSR, sustainability in marketing, business, and in life in general. Marketers have the chance to spread awareness in a positive and creative manner, using their platform to educate consumers on the impact we have on the environment. I would not work for a company that has a history of mistreating the environment, such as energy providers, nor would I work for a company that uses child labour, such as fast fashion. If I were to get into a dilemma working for a company that did not have the best record, I would try to incorporate as much of my own ethical standards into my work. I believe that to have an effective CSR and ethical marketing campaign, marketers' values must align with the business. This allows for an authentic content as well as solutions that really will fit the brand and the mind of the consumer.